Hello everyone, I am back once again, and as you can see, I'm actually going to be showcasing another game that I used to play back in the days of yore, and this one, you should already know which one it is actually by now. It's actually going to be GoldenEye 007 for the N64. Now, the reason why I'm actually playing this game is because, this is one of my favorite games of all time, and it's not the only James Bond game that I actually played. So if I was gonna start showcasing games from the James Bond series, I think it'd be best if I actually showcased the first one that I actually got to play extensively, and it would be GoldenEye. Now, GoldenEye is a game that was released in 1997, however, it's based on a film that was released 2 years prior, back in 1995, and it's a film that I'm actually fully familiar with, because it's actually one of my favorite films of all time. So, yeah, but at the time I didn't actually know that the James Bond films existed, because I actually played this game, I think sometime in 2001 or 2002. I don't remember exactly. It might have been 2002 though, because I think before I actually played this game, I actually remember seeing footage, or not footage, but gameplay for The World Is Not Enough. I don't know how many of you guys know about that film, but it's a film that actually also got a game, I think in 1999. But yeah, like that was, I think, the first time I saw gameplay for a James Bond game, I believe. I could be wrong on that. I might have actually played this game first, but I'm actually not really sure. So yeah, but just know that it was in the early 2000s when I got to play this game for the first time. But at the time I did not know about the film, so like I didn't even know there was films for the James Bond games, honestly, because I was a little kid at the time. So yeah, so this game, yeah, obviously, kind of like, you know how films, when they make video games for a film, like if they make a game that's based on a film, usually it's not very accurate. Well, this one kinda does that right, honestly, sort of. I'll get into it when I start playing it more, but here we go. So as you can see right here, there's actually 4 files. This thing actually has a file system, which is actually nice. So you don't have to worry about, like, I don't know, like if you have siblings and they want to play the game too, but you don't want them to mess with your progress or something like that, you can tell them to play on these other files that are empty. And as you can see, I already started my own file because I actually wanted to play this game very, very badly. In fact, if you watched my playthrough on Serious Sam Advance, you'll notice that I actually, not only did I mention the game, but I also mentioned that I've played it a lot. So, and that's kind of what made me kind of struggle with the game a little bit at the beginning, before finally getting accustomed to how to play it. However, now, because I'm actually going back to playing this game, so I can show it to you guys, yeah, now I'm probably gonna have the same problems here, if not more, than I did in Serious Sam, because unlike when I used to play GoldenEye back in the day, nowadays I'm actually playing it with a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and the Pro controller for the Switch for some reason doesn't seem to work well. They always have these drift problems, so I'm kind of just hoping that I actually don't run into that problem as much, because I definitely have run into it, but you know. But before we do that, what I'm gonna do right here right now is actually copy this file, because what we're gonna do is actually start a new file, but I kind of want to start with the middle. Usually when I play this game and it's a completely brand new game, when I delete everything, I usually like to start with this folder. That's the reason why this is the only one that has data. But because I want to demonstrate it in a formal way, we're going to copy this file and just let it, copy itself right here. So that way we can now erase this one, confirm, and now we can play this game here. So yeah, like I said before, this game is based on the James Bond film itself, so yeah. And what I want to do for this particular playthrough is actually kind of go through the first 5 levels. So for this session, I actually want to go through these first 5 levels. That may not happen, but that's the goal right now. And then in the next session, another 5, and then another 5 in the next session. And let it be known that this game is kind of hard to play, especially on a freaking Pro controller of all things. Like, I kind of miss the trigger button that you had in the N64 controller. But, I mean, I heard there is like a N64 replica for this console, but I haven't been able to find one, so, and I've been too lazy to do further research to find it, so it is what it is, honestly. And I personally don't have a problem with making quick adaptations to actually get used to certain controllers, honestly. Especially for a game like this, which I hold in high esteem, but on a different level, honestly, compared to a game like Serious Sam Advance, for instance, which is one of the worst games out there, honestly. But anyways, so here we go. So I'm gonna probably cite the movie a lot because I am familiar with the movie now. In fact, I think I actually watched the film, I think like a couple weeks after I played the game, interestingly enough. Because back in the day, we used to actually go to like places like Blockbuster or any store that lets you rent movies and whatnot. And one day I actually went to one of those stores. It wasn't Blockbuster specifically. I forgot what it was called. I think it was just a place called Video or some shit like that. That was all that it's called. So yeah, I went to one of those and I actually noticed that there was actually a box that looked kind of like the one that I saw in one of the levels for this game. And I was like, yo, so this thing was real? And the movie actually has like real actors playing these characters? And you better believe that shit turned me like completely on. You have no idea. Because I was just fascinated at the fact that a fictional character like James Bond was actually quote-unquote real. But you know, that was just my childhood imagination right there, putting in the work. But anyways, with all that said, because this film is, or because this game is based on a film, I'm probably gonna cite it a lot and mention where this game actually follows the film and where it actually deviates from it. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. So here's the first level. It's called Mission 1. It takes place in Arkhangelsk. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's the dam level. And here is the difficulty. And interestingly enough, kind of like Serious Sam, where it doesn't directly tell you if it's easy, medium, or hard. It now refers to easy mode as agent, medium mode as secret agent, and hard mode as double agent, as opposed to tourist for Serious Sam, as well as Bring It On and Serious. So yeah. Yeah, and like Serious Sam, just to kind of make things a little interesting, I'm actually going to make efforts to actually play through the Secret Agent. Like, I'm going to start with Secret Agent. However, if the levels get way too overwhelming that I won't be able to actually, like, cover the levels well enough, I might have to downgrade myself with the easy mode, which is Agent, basically. It's something similar to what I did when I was playing Kid Icarus Uprising. I actually started on the like at level 5, because you know how it has that whole like 5.0 8.0 difficulty in that game. Well, I started with 5.0 and I just kept dying so a lot, and usually that causes you to like, it causes the difficulty to reduce every time you get killed, and I just kept playing that way, honestly. So if it gets to a point where I actually start losing a lot in Secret Agent, I'm probably just gonna downgrade to Agent. But the bottom line is that I get the whole game finished, basically. Like, at least the main story anyway. And I can probably mention what's left of this game after you quote-unquote finish it. But yeah, for right now, like with Serious Sam Advance, I'm actually going to play this game on medium mode as well, just to keep things interesting. Because I think Agent, well, it can be hard to play as well. It is kind of easy and you don't really have a lot to do. And Secret Agent kind of is in the middle of that. Like, it gives you some additional things to do. In fact, I'll give you an example right now before we start the level. If I were to pick Agent right here, you'll see that you get a list of objectives that you have to do. In this particular level, you only simply have to bungee jump from the platform. You have to basically find the place to do the bungee jump and all that stuff. So yeah, obviously that's kind of easy, you know. So if I go to medium mode, I actually get a few more things to do. I get bungee jump, and then I have to neutralize all alarms. Then there's hard mode, which gives you even more objectives to fulfill. And let me be honest with you, even though I'm going to be doing Secret Agent, I might actually do some of these regardless, because here's the thing. Doing all of these things on the hard mode is not exactly what makes this hard, actually. It's kind of like with Serious Sam Advance, where the enemies just take a lot more shots to kill, and the enemies also, you know, can dish out a lot more damage to you with their shots, and, you know, basically makes you die very easily. And you know, it's not exactly, at least it's not fun for me to play during a casual playthrough like this, honestly. If I wanted to actually showcase myself doing the hard mode, I'd probably do it on a separate video or something, and probably one without commentary, since doing the hard mode really requires a lot of focus, especially for a game like this. But here we go. Secret Agent. The objectives: neutralize all alarms, and then bungee jump from the platform wherever you find it. Now here's something interesting. It is based on the film, but what follows right here is actually not based on the film. These are just quotes from, or I guess some form of briefing from the staff of MI6, which is basically the organization responsible for recruiting secret agents like James Bond, so, or something, at least as far as I'm aware. But here's the tactical data that you would see in Serious Sam Advance. It's in the form of the background now, and this kind of gives you like kind of the lore of what's going on in this level. I'm gonna read it right now so you guys can kind of get an idea. It says MI6 has confirmed the existence of a secret chemical warfare facility at the Bailamore Dam, USSR. I think that represents the Soviet Union at the time, because this was apparently during the Cold War. Its heavily guarded location and workings are a cause for major concern. Nerve gas produced there has been turning up in the hands of hostile regimes around the world, and deals with international terrorists have been rumored and whatnot. This facility should be destroyed with extreme prejudice. Okay, that's what it says. Okay, so this is not this is just the tactical data, but here's where the MI6 staff members come in. We're gonna get first M, who is actually the film's boss of James Bond. And in GoldenEye, if I remember correctly, well, obviously I know for a fact, it's not if I remember. No, I definitely know. In GoldenEye, M is this woman who is actually the boss of James Bond. If you watched older James Bond films, you'll notice that the boss for James Bond has always been male, but in this film, it's based on a female this time. Or the female is actually now the boss for James Bond, you know. So this is going to be her telling Bond what he has to do. And in M's words, she's going to say, "The area around the dam is well defended against full-scale military attack, but a lone agent stands a much better chance. The easiest way to gain entrance to the weapons factory will be to get down to the face of the dam." Q had an idea about that. Which is funny because M has never even mentioned Q ever, honestly. At least as far as I'm aware, because, yeah, no, I don't think she's ever done it. Based on all the 4 films that I watched for James Bond in this incarnation. I'll get into that in a little bit later. But, yeah, so that's M. Then you got Q Branch, who in the film was portrayed by an actor named Desmond Llewellyn. Oh, yeah, by the way, I didn't mention who portrayed M in the film. It was the actress Judi Dench, who is phenomenal in the role. She's arguably the best M in the series, honestly. Arguably. But yeah. Okay, so this is Q Branch. Now Q is going to be telling you stuff. Information concerning shipping and contacts is stored on a computer system in a secret ops room within the dam. With this convert modem connected to their satellite link, we can intercept the data when a backup is carried out. As for getting down the dam, use the bungee rope. At the bottom of the jump, use the Python gun. I don't know how you say that, honestly. Simple, or some shit like that. And then finally you get words from Moneypenny, who is actually a recurring character in the series, who always seems to like suggest that she kind of has a thing for James Bond, but in reality it's not really known. I think like both her and James Bond like usually kind of speak in flirtatious ways, kind of like teasing each other a lot. And this is basically Moneypenny doing just that right now. Here she is with her poetic speech here. Hardly ever a lover's leap, James. Be careful though. I hate to think of you falling for anyone else. The way she speaks, it does seem like something she would say based on what I've seen of her in the film. But yeah. And the actress who portrayed her in that film was Samantha Bond, so there you have it. There's actually a Bond in the film. Anyways, but finally, with all that out of the way, after 14 minutes of me not playing this game yet, here we go. So like in the film, we basically have to get to the dam. Although the film itself doesn't actually show how James Bond gets there, honestly. At least not in this way, for obvious reasons, because obviously the game has to make it like it has to create obstacles, because otherwise if it's just simply James Bond starts here and then runs here and then just jumps off, then that's boring. Obviously that is one of the easiest levels in history, and that's not the point here. So obviously I have to the devs had to make this like They had to be creative and create something that would allow for James Bond to actually do some traversing, basically, before getting to his destination. Kind of like Serious Sam in a way. Oh shit, and I kind of messed up already. Yeah, it's because I kind of forget that to shoot, you actually have to use the left button, the L button, but it's not the the LL button. This is the ZL button, I think it's what it's called. Yeah. The strafing here is a lot more different compared to what I've done in Serious Sam Advance. So, and not to mention, I just got out of playing Serious Sam Advance too, so getting used to the controls here is going to be a bit of a challenge. It goes without saying. So here I have to make sure that there's no one in sight. I think there was a soldier marching around here somewhere. There's a sniper rifle right here that is just lying around here for some reason. I have to look out for a potential marching guard somewhere around here. Unless that one that I shot was the one. But if that's the case, then I have to see if I can aim. Let me see if I can aim. This is not to aim. Okay, this is to aim. Yeah, because unlike in Serious Sam Advance, here you can actually aim in a very particular manner with this reticle here, or crosshair, or whatever the hell you want to call it, honestly. I was a little inconsistent when it came to that, but I think that was just to differentiate the differences in reticles. How you get one that looks like this, and then there's the one that automatically, you know, triggers, I guess you can say it. So it was kind of weird for me, but I didn't know how to describe that, honestly, because I'm terrible at that anyways. But here we go. I'm going to switch weapons now. I want to use the sniper rifle here because these enemies can be annoying to shoot from a distance. I think that's one of my biggest gripes with this game, is that shooting enemies from a distance can be annoying because I can hardly see them. And they, on the other hand, can easily see me, and they can definitely shoot me with ease from far away. So yeah. The music for this game, just like the film, it's outstanding. Well, actually, in the film it's a little weird, but in the game it's outstanding. It's like some of the best music I've ever heard in my life, honestly. In video games, anyway. Look, you see right there? There's people shooting at me from far away, but even I can't see them. I can't even see them with the sniper rifle. So, like, imagine that. So dealing with this is actually kind of annoying. Okay, right there you see a little flash right there. That means you hit somebody. And probably in the head too, since most likely their heads is what sticks out here. I don't think I shot him here. I think they're dodging it pretty well. Okay, but I could see this guy right here, so I should probably shoot him there. This sniper rifle, I don't like the sound effect of the little pistol, you know, like the silencer and whatnot. But it does do a pretty good job at, like, you know, hitting a lot of enemies. And this guy is clearly dodging me, like, holy fuck. He sees that I'm aiming at him, and he just moves away on purpose. Okay, but I got him right there. Okay, so I have to get in there because, as you saw, I already took my first hit here. Because these guys are just simply able to see me from far away. And that's despite them using the freaking AK-47, which, let me see if I remember how to deselect. Or, I think I have to... Like Serious Sam Advance, this game does have its own way of reversing the weapons. But, like, it's kind of hard. I think you have to press, like, the A button like that, and the... Oh, actually, I think you have to hold the A button. So I guess that's kind of how it works. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Hold the A button, then press the trigger. So yeah, I guess it's kind of like Serious Sam. Well, actually not really, because you don't press the shooting button. You press the gun select button, and then you push the trigger. So you have to do that. And make sure you don't do it the wrong way, because otherwise you'll kind of mess up. Oh, shit. Strafing is also weird here because I have to use a whole separate stick because, you know, the Pro Controller has two sticks, so joysticks, so I have to basically accommodate for that. And this fucker snuck up on me too, which is annoying. Yeah, these guys were shooting me with AKs from far away, and this is how much you can even see with this, honestly. It's not as good as the sniper rifle, but the AIs can definitely do it, so that's kind of what makes this a little challenging, obviously. I do have to do a little strafing. Also, because of the way this Pro Controller is built, it is a little annoying to have to aim as well. Like, it's good for me to, like, voluntarily aim wherever I want specifically, but the problem is when holding the crosshair right here, if I press the trigger, sometimes my aim moves, and that makes it very difficult for me to shoot accurately. So that's a little annoying. And I believe in the N64 controller it was much easier. I'm not really sure though, because it's been years since I even played this game anyway. So as you can see, there are crates here that you can destroy, and as you can see, they actually spit out guns, which is actually interesting, because even though you have an AK already, what you can get from this is the ammo, and that's actually very useful, especially when you're dealing with the harder levels for this, you know, the harder settings for this level, because kind of like in, well, it's not like Serious Sam, because in Serious Sam the ammunition that you get is pretty much the same regardless of the difficulty, but in 007 GoldenEye, you get less ammunition when you collect some in the ground. For instance, on Agent you would usually get like 20 rounds for every gun you collect to collect its ammo and whatnot. In Agent you only collect 15, and in hard mode you collect only 10, which makes collecting ammo much more difficult, especially when it comes to machine guns. It takes a lot of ammunition and it runs out pretty quickly. In easy mode I would have at least 240 rounds right in here, but as you can see, because I'm playing on normal mode, it's 180. All these crates have ammo. Most people usually don't take the time to actually collect it because they just want to, I guess, speedrun the game. And if they're accustomed to this game and how it functions and all that good stuff, I guess it makes sense why they would just want to hasten the process. But in my case, it takes some getting used to for me, so I have to basically do things the way I should. And damn it, I got stuck, so I have to get out through here. I have to press B to fully charge my weapon, because if I'm forced to recharge, it'll take time, and it'll give these enemies time to do whatever the heck they want to do. And I kind of don't want that. Yeah. Here, I try not to aim with the crosshair, and I have to just like kind of hope, because this game actually does have like auto aim, not like Serious Sam where you have to manually adjust yourself. No, here not only can you customarily, or however you say it, you can actually flexibly aim wherever you want, and you can also it can also auto aim for you. Although the auto aiming does get kind of difficult the higher the difficulty. So that's one thing you have to consider. So yeah, in normal mode it's still pretty decent. Like, it actually can aim fairly well. It's in hard mode where the auto aim feature actually gets a little janky. Oh yeah, and because I'm playing this in normal mode, obviously, one of my objectives is to neutralize the alarm here. And then the other thing, well, this is actually on double agent, but as you can see, there's like a hidden space right here. Something worth noting is that these crates actually don't have any ammo. They're just kind of here to hide this little monitor right here, which if you pause, which if hopefully I'm not going to the home page, yeah, I can actually select a modem that Q gave you if you read the Q branch thing, and yeah, you select that and then you press plus again, or star, or whatever your controller you're playing, and make sure to actually use your crosshair to aim where you're gonna shoot this thing, because if you misplace it, you fail the objective. And there it is. It says covert modem installed. If it lands anywhere else, it'll just say that you failed or some shit like that. Yeah, so yeah, but in this case, because I'm playing it on normal mode, that's not required. It's only required if you're playing it on the hard mode. But like I said before, I might actually just do these just for funsies, because in normal mode I can at least mess around a little bit, whereas in hard mode I cannot, because holy shit, the game is pretty relentless when you play it on hard mode, as it is for every other game. Okay, so these are little like towers, and they have like guards walking around. So basically what you want to do is just shoot them and make sure they get hit, otherwise they'll be a problem, like a big problem. Although I think you might want to actually use the sniper rifle instead of the AK, because the AK, what happens is that it makes a lot of noise, and you don't really want that. So here, yeah, because the sniper rifle makes less noise, so you can use that, or you can use the silencer. The sniper rifle apparently hits harder from what I understand. I'm fucking trying to like reverse the weapons like in Serious Sam Advanced, but that's not how it works. I have to get used to that, because otherwise I'm gonna mess up a lot. Yeah, we gotta use the Walther PPK with the silencer. For some reason, I guess for copyright reasons, the game is actually, they changed the names for a lot of these weapons. Because the weapon that I have here, which is James Bond's default weapon, It's actually a Walther PPK, but if you look at the menu, it's actually called a PP7 silenced because I guess for copyright reasons. I can only assume. And the AK-47 is actually called it's called a KF7 Soviet, and it also doesn't have the little button that it has usually on the back either. Again, probably for copyright reasons. I'm not sure actually though, because I see these kinds of weapons in other games, so I don't know. Maybe there was a reason for that. I don't know. Maybe back then, getting the license to use certain weapons with a specific design wasn't a thing yet, so maybe that's why they had to limit how they named their weapons or something. I don't know. But it is what it is. Also, hilariously enough, when it comes to being unarmed, when you have a sniper rifle, instead of using your hands to hit things, you actually have this freaking thing. You have the butt of the sniper rifle to hit people with. When I was a kid, I thought this was like some kind of like explosive, but it was actually just the fucking butt of the sniper rifle, hilariously enough. I just never understood why specifically the sniper rifle would have this to attack your enemies. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, what was that? Was that the first tower? Oh shit. Yeah, and this is the second tower. Okay, hold on. So obviously I don't want to alert any guards, so here we go. Well, I keep... Okay. I'm gonna go with, Oh, I keep pressing the wrong ass button. I'm gonna use the... I like using the AK though, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I like using the AK. It shoots automatically and fast. The only consequence is that it makes a lot of noise. And you know what? I don't even think I shot the other fucking alarm because I was busy talking like a dumbass. So I'm gonna go back and fix that right now. I like how chilling the music sounds at this point. It has like intense moments and then... Oh yeah, I already destroyed it. Never mind. It has some intense moments and then there's times where it just sounds a little like tranquil. Like right here, for instance. It's just... Dun, 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 dun. Just chilling. See? It's still upbeat, but it doesn't sound like scandalous. Right here is where it wants to sound a little scandalous. Yeah, but it goes back, as you can see, it goes back to toning down a little bit. Okay. Shoot this. Oh shit. Haha, you went back up there. Oh yeah, something worth noting. And this was another reason why I wanted to do the agent mode as opposed to, or secret agent actually, is that unlike in double agent where there's actually no body armor, at least until the later levels, in these early levels there's literally no body armor whatsoever. Remember that armor that I collect in Serious Sam Advance? How it was always scattered everywhere so you can collect it because of how obnoxiously difficult the enemies are? Well, in GoldenEye, in easy mode, there's good body armor that fills up completely, and you can actually see how much of that you have on your watch. You see the bars on the left and the right, the purple one and the blue one. The orange one, well, it's not purple, it's orange. The orange one is actually your normal health, and the blue bar is basically the body armor bar. So, and unlike in Serious Sam, where you freaking lose not only both your HP and your body armor, you only lose body armor here. Once the body armor is gone is when it starts to attack your actual HP, and that's when things become serious, obviously. But as you can see, this body armor is very limited. It only fills up 4 of your bars. In other words, half, because there's actually 8 hit points for each bar. So yeah, and this one only covers half. So that's something worth noting. Although I think the bigger ones actually count for like 2 or something, so it might be less than half even. So yeah, but body armor is still body armor, obviously. I'd go over the watch features, but obviously I've already wasted too much time, and we're already half an hour in, and I actually want to just get as much of this out of the way as possible. So at least get the first 5 levels out of the way for this first session. Okay, so I came back here to the second tower right here because going underground leads you to a place where that monitor that I installed the modem in, like it leads to the connection of that, because you know it had like a cord going downwards, is because there is actually something there. But I have to shoot these enemies, make sure I don't get hit by them. The only thing I don't remember was from which direction was this thing. Might have been here. Thankfully the auto aiming is kind of friendly here. Where the hell is he? Oh, there he is. They do take a little bit more hits to kill though, so that's a little obnoxious. Took some of my body armor away. This is where I'm being a badass, which is cool. See how I'm kind of like getting the hang of the game? The only thing I'm worried about is if this controller fucks up again, it's gonna give me drifting problems. Oh yeah, and because this is on a freaking Pro controller as opposed to the N64 controller, one of my biggest issues with this game right now is that I can't even crouch. Because there is a way to crouch. You have to basically do this. Or like, you have to hold down or something like that. It's weird. It's kind of difficult. Oh, it's like this actually. You have to... You can do it, or yeah, it's kind of weird. It's very inconsistent. I'm not very used to it with this controller, but it is something you can do in this game, unlike in Serious Sam Advance where everything was just head on. Oh yeah, and I did find the place for this actually, which is good. This is where I need to go if I were to do the hard mode. And of course you shoot me. You too. Thankfully the auto aim here works. In hard mode the auto aim would just go wherever the heck it wants, and only if you move in a very perfect way would you be able to align your auto aimer. But yeah, just making sure there's no one else. I don't remember what the objective was called here. Oh shit. When I was a kid, I saw the timer and I thought that this place was gonna explode, but in reality it doesn't do anything. See? It was just says offsite data backup completed. I think that was something that Q told me to do, I think. Or M, I think. I don't remember. I know I read it earlier, but I kind of forgot already, because when you get into this game, you're kind of just so in the moment that you kind of just forget about everything else. And you already know me. I'm already quite forgetful as it is. But here we go. So now with that out of the way, these two were not necessary for me to do in normal mode, but I just did it just because, you know, I just wanted to show you guys the other things you could do in this game besides just the basic stuff. I may not do this for all the levels though, because some objectives are a little too time consuming. But for the ones that I can, I will, obviously. Okay, I believe that this platform that they want me to bungee jump off is right here. Now, let it be known that from here, when you watch the GoldenEye film, it literally starts with you actually entering the door right over there. Right here. Obviously, for obvious reasons, the game's version of the gate that opens here is different. Actually, yeah, it's kind of different. Because this one is like two sliding doors, but in the film, it's actually one sliding door. It opens and then James Bond runs here. Without weapons, by the way. I think the only weapon he had was his silencer, but again, for obvious reasons, they actually implemented other weapons here in the game to make things more interesting and less boring. It would be incredibly boring if we actually were to just simply use this weapon all through the level. Could be interesting, but also boring because you don't have weapon variety, and the weapon variety is what makes these games a lot fun. And then here is where he does his little tie-ups, and like he ties up a rope here and then just jumps off. Obviously, you don't see him do that because obviously it's kind of difficult to make animations for that on the N64. But when I was a kid, I actually low-key freaked out here because it just looked like James Bond literally just jumped off the cliff with nothing, no rope. You don't see any of that. He just jumps and I'm like, yo, is he a superhero? Because if you jump like that with nothing, you literally just break your head and die. But yeah, when I watched the film, I realized, oh, it was a bungee jump. Watching the film made me understand this game a lot more, which is one of the reasons why I hold this game in high esteem. It was tied to a film that was actually, for the most part, accurate. But anyways, after half an hour of talking about all kinds of shit, we finally got through the first level. So, here's the target time. Took a lot more time than usual. There is a target time right here. This is actually what you need if you want to actually unlock cheats for this game, which are very fun, actually, which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to delete my file from earlier. It's because I actually unlocked a lot of them, and unlocking these shits is very difficult, because sometimes you have to do the hard mode to actually accomplish the target times, and then unlock the cheats that way. But yeah, here's the next level now, the facility. And the facility, yeah, this is also a level that's based on the film as well. And these are the objectives that I have to do. And from the looks of it, it seems to be the same as Double Agents, so I think we're good on this front. I think here I can actually literally do everything. that I want. But yeah, here we go. You know how James Bond... Well, let's go through the background a little bit. It says inside the chemical weapons facility, you should quickly and efficiently proceed to the bottling area and place demolition charges on the main gas tanks, kind of like in the film. Political considerations demand the collateral damage is minimized on this mission. Non-military personnel should be disregarded, naturally. In other words, don't shoot scientists or anything like that. They are kind of fun sometimes because they pull out weapons and grenades too, but it's not in your interest, obviously. If you kill too many of them, you'll fail your mission. M briefing. You'll be working with 006 on this assignment. The bottling room is the rendezvous point. Don't forget to contact our double agent scientist before you leave and warn him to get out. He will provide you with a decoder for the final security door. There are no women or casinos for 1,000 miles, 007, so even you will be able to concentrate on this mission. Yeah, because, you know, James Bond is like a fucking womanizer or some shit like that. Q branch. Now listen carefully, Bond. Those bombs will be armed as soon as the last one is set. Don't be too close when you set them off or you'll go up in flames as well. And while you're at it, please try and bring back that door opener undamaged for once. Too much rough handling like the last mission and it might go wrong at a bad time. Honestly, 007, sometimes I think you damage your equipment on purpose. Yeah, poor Q. It's because Q is actually, he's usually known for reprimanding Bond for like damaging his gadgets and all that stuff. So it's kind of doesn't want him to keep messing it up. Then there's Moneypenny. These chemicals could prove to be a match even for your pheromones, James. Don't take too many risks. I mean, I try not to, obviously. Isn't that the point of a secret agent, to take less risks as possible during dangerous missions? Anyways, let's start the mission. Let's see if I can get through this one very quickly. It is a lot of objectives to cover, though. It's giving you a glimpse of the bottling room here. That's where you have to get to. Like in the film, he went, you know how he bungee jumped? He made a hole in a little box, which I guess leads to this this little these ventways, I guess you can say. And then here in the film, what James Bond actually does is actually hang upside down right here. And there's actually a Russian soldier who's usually taking like a shit or something here. And what he does is just basically punch him out. However, in the film, obviously there's no such thing as hanging upside down and punching people. Well, there is slappers, but not hanging upside down. So what they do is actually implement a guard on the other stall right here. And what you could do here is just shoot him in the head instead of, you know, and right there you kill him instantly. Yeah, as you can see, I was having a little bit of a hard time because, yeah. Oh, I should have set the line. Beg your pardon, forgot to knock. And now, yeah, we get out of here and then, you know, Pierce Brosnan, the actor who portrays James Bond in this film, is actually, you know, looking like a badass like always. Here we get out through here. I think part of this is actually seen in the film too. Right here where he aims his gun and he's like that, and then he goes downstairs. And then he goes in here. He goes in this room to hide from the personnel, but I'm too ballsy and I just want to get in there and start shooting people. I'm using the silencer, which is what usually people would do. Watch out with these people. They're good at aiming. Dodge them. Strafing is not as effective here as it is in Serious Sam, because the enemies can actually rotate themselves while they're shooting you. Unlike the enemies in Serious Sam, where they just kind of shoot in one direction based on where you're at. But thankfully for me, there is a body armor, so that's something. Shoot these guys with helmets. We could go here, or we can go up there again. Yeah, these guards march, but here, you could be funny with it and actually just shift to your AK here. You'll create a lot of scandal, though, if you try shooting with this weapon, though. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, I wanted to get you from behind and you caught me red-handed, damn it. Oh yeah, what you saw right there earlier, this is actually my watch, because which functions as a remote, as you can see right here. But it's actually for the for the remote mines here, where if you put them, then you set off the controller and then you just fucking detonate the weapons that way. So yeah, this is all the place that, you know, if you want to explore the area. You don't see any of this in the film. I think you only see these stairs right here and then this little room right here, which is where James actually meets 006 in the film. But obviously for the game's purposes, obviously, he's actually somewhere else in this game. And it's up to us to get there. Yeah. Shoot all these assholes, because otherwise, evil's afoot. Actually, I don't even know if these guys are even jerks to begin with. I think they're just simply army men who are just doing their job. It usually is a lot that way for a lot of armies. But I don't know. So here we go. We're gonna go here because we have to actually activate a door right here with this, unless you actually have the key card for it, which I think I did actually. So I didn't even have to bother with that. There we go. Shoot this. I like how this guy didn't respond to me shooting with this, because usually this weapon actually makes a lot of noise for all the guards to be alerted. I do gotta watch out right here, because there are 2 guards that usually come from behind here once I enter this room. But here we go. Ooh, there's a casualty right there. We don't... He got me. He got me right there. He got me. Because of the shooting right there, now I am going to alert a bunch of guards, but I need to find that one scientist that has the decoder. And interestingly enough, that guy usually is kind of RNG based. He could be in any of these areas, but, you know, I haven't found them yet. And there is a cheat that you have to unlock, and you have to hope RNG is on your side, and he's in a place where you can get the mission done faster to unlock the cheat, which is kind of insane. Here, as you can see, he's not here either. He's not there, so I'm just wasting my time for no reason. Okay, these are the other guards that are alerted. Yeah, there's more of them. Those are the ones that came from over there. Okay, and then we gotta go in here. This is where it's gonna get a little insane, because I want to do this as fast as possible. I'm just gonna fire at everything that I see here. There we go. All these guards are gonna come over here and do their shit. Shoot them immediately. Recharge. Shoot them again, because there's a lot of them. Charge immediately. There's a lot of soldiers here. Ooh. Because I have a hard time adjusting my weapons. Ooh. Shit. I was looking upwards. Oh shit, right. I forget that there's enemies here too. I needed to go in here too. Okay. Yeah, because I had to look into these rooms to see if I can find that one scientist that has the decoder. I also can see some soldiers right here. I think it's in my interest to just shoot them down right now. This thing moves a little bit, so that's kind of annoying. But in reality, that's also how holding guns can be like, honestly. That one didn't die? Holy damn. Okay, those scientists were not the one. I like how these guys did not respond to me just shooting right now. Let's see. Okay, no scientists here. When you're in this room, you gotta be very careful with shooting these, because if they explode, they'll leak gas, and then you'll be stuck in this whole level for the rest of the level with gas leaking, and you're gonna lose HP for that, and you'll die. So, yeah, you don't want that, obviously. Exploring through these low... There's a guy waiting for me, but I got him. There was literally no need to worry here. I don't have the key card for this door, so I'm gonna have to activate it through that control. I entered the lab, which is nice because that's part of the objectives. Okay. Oh, there we go. Got a decent amount of... Actually, I'm fully loaded now with this weapon. Oh. I like how he didn't manage to hit me when I was down there shooting the other guy. Okay, but here we go. So that scientist has to be in here for all intents and purposes. There we go. I think here we pretty much handled most of the personnel. There we go. That's it. From here, there are no more soldiers for now. The scientist that was here disappeared. There was actually if you get there fast enough, there's a scientist there with the other key card that you need to open all the doors liberally. But they already left, so... Here is the scientist guy. Time to leave, Dr. Doak. You'll need this decoder to open the bottling room door. Good luck, 007. Good luck to you too, my good fellow. Yeah. I remember how some people actually shoot this guy after they get the decoder. It's messed up, honestly. He looks like a charismatic type of dude. Okay, but with everything said and done, here's another part that actually appears in the film as well, is this door where you have to use a decoder to actually open the door. The only difference really is just that the way you get the decoder is in this particular room, and James isn't the one that gets the decoder, but rather 006. He actually shoots one of the scientists with a silencer and just takes the decoder from him, apparently. Oh, no, I think he actually had the decoder himself. I don't even think he did that. I think he just shot him just because. Or something. It doesn't. The film doesn't show that, but he just has a decoder and he's the one unlocking the door while James Bond keeps watch. Oh, actually, no, never mind. No, James does actually decode the freaking thing. Yeah, no, never mind. I'm stupid. Yeah, no. In the film, James does actually use the decoder. I just didn't know if he got it from 006 or not. But yeah. Here I am decoding. And there you go. Access granted. If you do this on easy mode, you don't even need to use the decoder. The door just opens automatically for your convenience. But you know me. I like a little challenge. Here I'm just going to get rid of all the personnel that's left here. The resistance. Interestingly enough, this is actually the little door. In the film, this area was actually filled with a bunch of like tanks. Of what? I don't know, but they were like tanks that had something, maybe gas, I don't know. But they fall on enemies here later on because yeah, it just does. Here's another room you can explore as well because there is some resistance here too. There we go. Well, I don't even know if they're resistant. Maybe they're keeping guard, I don't know. And then here, this is the bottling room. And these are the tanks that you have to actually use your remote mines for. And hopefully I'm good at aiming these shits. There we go. Like in the film, James does this. Although James does it at a very different time, but I don't want to actually do it for my own convenience, like at that very moment, because it would be kind of dangerous. In fact, I'm going to just wing it here, actually. But here he is. Glad you can make it, 007. Yeah. For England, James. For England, Alec. It was too easy, Alec. Half of everything is luck, James. Yeah. This is also lines that were in the film, but in a different way. And the other half? Fate. Set timer to 6 minutes. 6 minutes, check. Not really, though. And then this is how the film plays out right here. General Oromov shows up with additional soldiers and all that stuff. And then here he's like, move out, throw down your weapon and walk close to me, slowly. And then Trevelyan is like, finish the job, James, blow them all to hell. You have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Forget the hell with this, honestly. Just gotta wait for all the tanks to be destroyed. Completed. 5, 4, 3, 2. This is the conveyor belt that he escapes in the film. And we do just that. Because he's about to get shot. We don't actually see when he gets shot, but they saw I was running away, so they started shooting at me for that. But yeah, basically what happens is that the General Oromov, who is partially the main villain here, or he's one of the main villains in this game, he shoots 006 and kills him. So yeah. And after he got killed, you have to basically get out of there since you already destroyed all the tanks. And as you can see, we completed all the missions, which is amazing. Now, from the looks of it, I said I was going to do 5 sessions, but it looks like I'm probably not going to be able to do that. In fact, I think this is going to be the last level I'm gonna do for this session, and that's all right because after this level, the rest of the levels that are left in this row of levels is actually they actually deviate from the film, and they have nothing to do with the film whatsoever. It doesn't even appear in the film, at least not in the way you would expect anyway. So yeah, I think this last level is gonna be, or this next level is gonna be the last one we do for this session. So yeah, it's the runway now. Our objectives here is to find an ignition key, destroy the missile battery, and then escape in plane. Simple as that. Background: the service runway is the obvious escape route from the Arkhangelsk chemical weapons facility. And briefing: 006 knew this was going to be a risky mission. His sacrifice should give you enough time to find an aircraft. Keep a cool head and you'll get out alive. Just be certain to knock out the heavy gun emplacements and missile battery, or they'll swat you out of the air like a silly fly. Damn. No time for gadgets here, 007. Just improvise with what you can find close to hand. Yeah. Grace under pressure as always, James. Okay, and that's Moneypenny as always. But now here... Now, something worth noting is that M doesn't really tell you all this in the film, actually. Because there's no way he can communicate with M here, actually. This is all stuff that he would actually have to report to headquarters, but... You know, this is just the game basically telling you, the player. So basically M and Moneypenny and all these other characters are basically talking to you, the player, basically, to do all of this. Which is kind of cool, actually. The thought of the character of Q talking to me, the player? Yeah, and referring to me as James Bond? Like, the thought of that is also amazing. As a kid, I loved that, honestly. It's what I liked about this game as well. Is that you get to be James Bond. Yeah, this is where the conveyor belt where James actually slides off and then goes, like, does a flip right here and then starts shooting with his AK, which I no longer have because if I do, the game would be kind of busted, obviously. There's hand grenades here. I have to get a new AK with less ammo because, again, the game would be too easy if I had the same ammo from before. It's not like Serious Sam Advance where you actually keep all your ammo. Oh shit, he had a grenade? What the fuck? Don't do that. I have to collect a safe key because otherwise I will not be able to get out of here. That ignition key is what you need to activate the aircraft that I need to find next. But before I do that, I'm actually going to explore this tank right here. Because there's actually a tank hidden right here. This is kind of like the secrets in Serious Sam where if you do a little bit of exploration, you'll find some mysterious things going about here. Such as hidden weapons, hidden items such as health, or in this game's case, a tank. Now I believe you hold B to actually get in it. And you could actually shift to the tank weapon itself by, you know, going to A. I got some grenades, I got some time mines because they were just lying around there, and here is the tank. And this is actually kind of useful just for destroying the heavy weapons, which with your regular weapons you couldn't do. So in this level, if you do this on hard mode, it is imperative that you shoot these machine guns that are right there. Run over these guys as well so they stop shooting at you. When you're in the tank, you actually take less damage from the shots that these enemies have, so that's actually kind of good. Oh, I was supposed to shoot the missile battery. That's the missile battery I have to shoot, otherwise things can get kind of complicated. And then here, yeah. I think there's no body armor here either, so yeah, it's a little problematic to say the least. Yeah, because look, right here, there's another one that I have to shoot right here. Like a machine gun. Oh, I missed. I have to shoot it like from up there. I may not be able to accomplish it. Oh, but there's another one over there. Okay, I'm not able to shoot this thing, so we're gonna have to just YOLO it. Just get in there right now. Yeah, I was supposed to shoot those machine guns if I was doing this on hard mode, but I couldn't for some reason. I shot one of them off, but the other one was just way too hidden right there. And what happens is that if you let those machine guns shoot you where the plane is, the plane gets destroyed and then you fail the mission. In other words, you're doomed. Which you don't want, obviously. But anyways, with all that said, the next mission is obviously going to be the this level right here. However, something worth noting is that this level actually deviates from the film, so it no longer has to do with anything with the film. Which means that I could actually... I'm probably going to not even be able to do the whole thing that I mentioned earlier of wanting to do the levels in a row because, you know, I think I spent a lot of this time talking a lot. Unless I want to, but I don't think it's necessary. Because I could do this one very fast. But then I had to do a whole nother level. And you know me, I talk a lot in my shit. And damn, it's really hot now. This game actually makes me sweat a lot too because of how difficult it is. Especially because I'm playing it on the Switch compared to the 64, you know. So give me a sec just to take off my sweater and get ready for some more action later on. Right now I'm just thinking, do I actually want to do this? I could just do it, but the session will be like an hour long. And I don't know if I want that. You know what? Nah. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at these three sessions. And then I'll go over a little bit of stuff here. Because there are 3 more levels here that actually deviate from the film anyway. So I think it would be a little bit more logical to end it right here. But anyway, so yeah. So we're just going to call it right here then. But with all that said, for those that watched this session of GoldenEye 007 for the N64 being played on the Nintendo Switch, thank you for watching. I'll catch you fellas for another session whenever I get to it. For now, just take it easy and have yourselves a good one.